Welcome back to Bikes, Boards, and Boats. Today, we're going to do a bike check of the ski bike. Last video, I know I showed you guys it a little bit, but I didn't do a great job of explaining how I built it and some specific parts that I've switched out to make it more fun and effective at sliding down hills with snow. Well, let's get started. Let's start off with the bike itself before it was turned into a ski bike. So this was a Hyper, some sort of entry-level BMX bike. I picked it up off the side of the road in the fall, and as I said in the last video, I destroyed the rear hub and cog that was on it. And so, again, I replaced the bike, as you have seen in the other videos. And so, with the spare parts from this bike, I turned it into a ski bike. So, I have the old front wheel on the back. It actually has more structural rigidity or more structural soundness, since it is a front wheel and has no cogs on it. I also have a rear brake on this. It came with the bike. Has been fairly effective on this. And the rear tire is a Kenda. I don't know the specific one. So as we move forward on the bike, the cranks I have moved so they're both facing downward. I've taken off the chain. I found that it's easier to move the bike around with both crank arms downward. Then there's the stock pedals. They're fairly nice aluminum ones. Still have reflectors on them. As we move forward to the front of the bike, I have a little light on there. It's from Night Rides. And yeah, let's get moving to the ski. So we're on the workbench with this. I took the ski off the bike, and so let's start off with the structural design and the snowboard. So the snowboard was a some sort of kiddie snowboard I had, and I outgrew it. I did real snowboarding and realized that this board was definitely not the right size. So I drilled out the rivets of the bindings, and yeah, that took quite a while. But then I went online and I found a fairly common design of homemade ski bikes. It's a triangular design, and I built that up. I drew a design for it, which I cannot seem to find. If I do, you can contact me on Instagram, follow me of course, and ask for it. I can send you a picture of it if I have found it. But as you can see, there's some things I would definitely change. I tried to drill a straight hole through this part right here for the axle. This was actually just a threaded rod I got at Menards or some sort of hardware store. And I tried drilling a straight hole through the drill with the drill press, but my drill bit wasn't long enough, so then I had to go through the other side. Made it all weird. Then I tried tapping this through it. It cracked off first time. So then I made it so it was fit, put it in, wood glued it, put screws that were about that long in, and then waited for it to dry for 24 hours. Came back, put it in the bike, and yeah, it cracked again a little bit higher. So then I put in quite a bit longer screws. I'll probably go down to here, all in a, I don't know, rectangular fashion. And they have seemed to hold. I also have put zip ties here just for structural soundness, for my pleasure. So let's get to the bottom of it. Quite scraped up, but here, let me grab a pick if I can find them. Here they are. So these are just where the bindings were. And here I just used sheetrock screws. They worked fine. And I drilled through it. I made sure with another bit so that they could go and sit flush with the board, so then they wouldn't drag and cause any more drag than they need to. Same with the back, but at different position. Stuff like that. Plenty of snow in there. So now, as you probably noticed, I have these silver plates, or well, they're not silver, they're steel, and I did that to hold everything together. I also put wood glue in here, and I drilled sideways, I don't know what that's called, on the inside. And as you noticed, I did them in triangle fashion. Triangles, for those who don't know, are the strongest shape. That's why this is a triangle. Let's see here. I put a little spacer up front in here because, what was it? Oh yeah, these would flex inward, and I put that in there, no flexing. Also, I probably should zip these off because they could skewer someone. Yeah, they're pretty pointy. So, if you were to make one for yourself at home, if you had a bike that, like a mountain bike that had a quick release, like what I do, or if you had a through axle, you'd probably need an adapter, or probably have to be a different design. I looked to see if I could you make this with a quick release one. I could, but I didn't want to have to buy anything that more than $5, which this rod was like $2. But you could do it. I don't know about through axles. That's a whole different story, but it is possible. Or what you could do is have this design, but drill a hole, whatever your diameter of your through axle is, and do it like that. Make sure it's straight. Oh yes, the board. I've seen people make them with skis. I have found that this is very hard to turn. Like, I can turn it, but it doesn't really turn the bike. I don't know if that's just the snow I have, or it's the ski. But I would be interested to try it with a ski instead of a snowboard. This isn't real snowboard. I guess the one plus side of having a wider board is more stability. Pardon my not great English, even though it's my first language. But anyway, I have thought about making a ski for ski fixture for the rear one, but that might be next year. Well, thank you for watching. Please follow me on Instagram. It's the same thing as my YouTube channel. Please leave a like and comment for more. See you next time.